Afternoon and a warm welcome to the roundtable on Rajasthan tourism. And as we all know, tourism has gone through such an ordeal due to the pandemic in last 2 years. And just when things have started improving, there we see a sudden jump in the tourism. So if we take proper steps and correct promotional strategies, this sector will rebound faster than it receded and holds immense potential for growth and development of economy and society. And without taking much of your time, I would request Mr. Dilip Chinoy, Secretary General FICCI, for his welcome remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Atul. To all of those who are present virtually, Mr. Rajiv Arora, former Chairman, RTDC, Mr. Dheeraj Srivastava, Commissioner, Rajasthan Foundation, Ms. Rukmani Riyar Sihag, Executive Director, RICO, Mr. Dinesh Pahadia, General Manager, RICO, and of course, Ms. Punita Singh, Joint Director, Tourism, Government of Rajasthan, who is present here, and Mr. Naveen Sharma from the Rajasthan Business and Professionals Group. A very good afternoon and welcome to the India Pavilion. It is very relevant that we are doing this roundtable on Rajasthan tourism because of three reasons. First, India has just opened up visas, tourist visas, after a long hiatus because of the first and second wave of pandemic. Second, Dubai and India have a very interesting connection, and with the Dubai Expo here, you will not only see people actually visiting Dubai from India, but a lot of people who visit Dubai will also find it an opportunity to visit India. And the third is that given that this is the Rajasthan week in Expo and also the Ministry of Culture week, this really fits in very clearly with the agenda that we have here. First of all, as Atul said, tourism is an important source of revenue. Dubai is a very famous and relevant tourist destination. Many learnings from what Dubai tourism is doing here. And of course, a lot of international chains are here. Rajasthan tourism, as you will soon see in the detailed presentation that is going to be made, offers numerous possibilities from adventure to nature holidays. Normally, people think of Delhi, Agra, and Jaipur, but Rajasthan has got more to offer than Jaipur. You have Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Udaipur, and other which you're going to see in the presentation shortly. It offers you a unique offering of ancient architecture, paintings, music, Rajasthani dresses, and foods. And if you go into the reasons to visit India, you can have an interactive session of actually putting on a Rajasthani headdress on there. I'm sure with this increased connectivity and the opening up, the sector will grow to newer heights. And I wish all of you a very engaging session going forward. A very warm welcome to all of you once again, and thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the context of the discussion today. And before we proceed further, we have some of the speakers joining in virtually. So after the theme presentation, we'll slightly reject the order to take the speakers on virtually first. So I would request Ms. Punita Singh, Joint Director Tourism, for her presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaskar. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Naveen Sharma, representing RPBG Group, Dubai, for facilitating and organizing various meetings for us, for being part of this roundtable conference, roundtable on Rajasthan tourism. Respected Dheeraj Sir, Commissioner, Rajasthan Foundation, Ms. Rukmani Riyar Sihag, Executive Director, RICO, and Additional Commissioner, BIP, who are joining us virtually right now. Shri Rajiv Arora ji, former Chairman, RTDC, and a very active socialist and cultural expert. I welcome all the audience who are joining in physical form as well as virtual form to this roundtable. I'll quickly take you through a short presentation on Rajasthan tourism. As you all know, Rajasthan is land of colors, land of palaces, land of forts, land of festivals. You name a thing and it's present in Rajasthan. To put it in few words, it's an impossible task. So let me take you through a short video to understand what Rajasthan is.
A land of many kings, where warriors fought for their motherland with great valor. Listen to their voices. I started it all. I laid the foundation stone. I planned it in pink. I quenched the kingdom's thirst. I built a wall of protection. I keep the faith going. Despite being small, I guard the wild. I give refuge to the endangered. I devoted myself selflessly. I safeguarded honor. I adorn my subjects. I design with passion. I set the taste buds on fire or soothe with my sweetness. I make sure all you touch is gold. Each of them kings in their own rights. Each as supreme as the other. There is no other place where so many wait to be the first one to welcome you. To say, Padharo Mare Des. Rajasthan, a kingdom of many kings and warriors.
As you could see, Rajasthan has all the products which a tourism industry requires. It's one of the largest state of the country, and it is located in a westernmost corner of India, which has most beautiful Thar desert. Some of the important destinations of Rajasthan are Golden City Jaisalmer, Lake City Udaipur, Pink City Jaipur, then we have Blue City Jodhpur. Why Rajasthan is relevant and important in tourism? Why people are looking forward to visit Rajasthan? As you can see, it's one of the most cherished tourist destination. Being a part of Golden Triangle, it became very important. Golden Triangle is Agra, Delhi, Jaipur. Right from the times when the tourism or tourists started flowing into the state, in the country, Jaipur became one of the important destinations, and gradually they all moved to other parts of the state as well. It is peaceful and safe state, very strategically located on Golden Triangle. Cultural legacy is incomparable to all other states, or I would say even if we compare with the entire world, the kind of rich traditions and legacy Rajasthan has is synonymous to tourism in India as such. Very well connected through rail, road and air. Then we have a very diverse tourism products which can be offered to tourists. We always say a tourist can find everything in Rajasthan except sea beaches or a snow-capped mountain. We have mountains. We have Aravalli Range is a very important or integral part of Rajasthan's geography. So snow-capped mountain is what is missing. colorful arts and crafts, fairs and festivals, delicious cuisines, dance and music, lakes, waterfalls, wildlife. We have one of the best wildlife sanctuaries and national parks in Rajasthan. Then forts, palaces, haveli, temples. Our train Palace on Wheel is one of the three best trains, luxury trains in the world. Having the connectivity, international connectivity at Jaipur made tourism in Rajasthan more easy, more comfortable, more inviting to the tourist. As you all might be aware, we have direct flights from Dubai, Sharjah, Muscat, Bangkok and Malaysia. Best time to visit Rajasthan is of course winter months, October to March. Here you can see UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We have 9 World Heritage Sites in all. Kevladev Bharatpur National Park was one of the first one to be categorized, and the latest one now is Walled City of Jaipur. Rest are the forts, Amer Fort, Ranthambore Fort, Chittorgarh Fort. Each of these destinations are iconic destination and a product in itself. People can make their itineraries all around these forts and palaces. Kumbhalgarh Fort used to be a lesser known, kind of unknown fort 1.5 decades back. Today you cannot find a room or any weekend at Kumbhalgarh. Gagron is a hidden jewel of Rajasthan. It's on 3 sides there's water, and this palace, this fort is in between. Same is case with Jaisalmer Fort. Nobody knew about Jaisalmer Fort 5 decades back. Today you can't find a single room during the season. Jantar Mantar is one of our architectural marvel which founders of Jaipur had built. It is still a kind of wonder what can be done, which in the development in science, progress in science. It's a unique thing. This is Amer Palace, Jaipur. Udaipur. I'm pretty sure many of you already know about these places. Again Udaipur. That's Mehrangarh Fort in Blue City, Jodhpur. Junagadh Fort, Bikaner. Bikaner is also less exposed tourism place. That's Chittorgarh Fort. Kumbhalgarh Fort, another view. We had seen a night view earlier. This is Golden Fort, Jaisalmer, with the golden city. As you can see, all the houses are golden. Bundi is again a hidden jewel, lesser known destination. This is just one of the Haveli in Shekhawati. Shekhawati is better known as painted art gallery, open air art gallery of Rajasthan or of world actually. So you can find so many of such Havelis which has this kind of painted frescoes on it. Ajmer Sharif Dargah. I would like to discuss little bit on heritage hotels in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is proud to have 70% of total heritage hotels which are situated in India. That major share is in Rajasthan. That's because one, we have huge repository of such forts and palaces which have been preserved well, which are being cared well, and plus we have policies in place to encourage preservation of these heritage hotels and running it as a heritage hotel. Other attractions which heritage hotels are offering are quality accommodation to the tourist, and it's a royal experience. Then it's a popular destination for theme weddings, exotic settings for film shootings, ethnic culinary experience. See, when a tourist is traveling, originality and native food, these things attract a person more than anything else. So diverse experiences like safaris, ecotourism, heritage walks, living traditions and art are some of the other attractions which heritage tourism offers. So we'll just quickly glance through some of the heritage buildings. I'm sure most of you must be knowing about it. This is Gajner Palace, Bikaner. One and only lake palace with the lake city palace Udaipur in the background. Another view. One thing, understanding that Rajasthan has lot of scorching heat and we have limited time period to promote tourism. Night tourism is being promoted for last almost 7-8 years now, and as you'll see in the pictures next, this is how Amer looks at night. Usually monuments are open for between 8 to 5, 8 to 6. During the night tourism, visitors can visit in the evening and they can be inside these monuments till 8 or 9 in the night. It's a better way, it's a comfortable way to travel, comfortable way to visit these places when the sun is down, and you can see the glory of the places with the when they are floodlit like this. This view is of City Palace, Albert Hall. This has been one of the most popular backdrop for cultural events in Jaipur. Kumbhalgarh Fort. For those who might not know, Kumbhalgarh Fort wall is second largest wall in the world after as Great Wall of China. Few glimpses of fairs and festival, because Rajasthan is a colorful state because of its traditions and fairs and festivals. We have a very popular saying in Rajasthan, Saat Var No Tihar, which literally means in 7 days of a week you have 9 festivals. So these are some glimpses. This is Gair performance being done at Ranakpur temples. This again is a very beautiful marvel in architecture. This picture is from Mewar festival. This Mewar festival is held around Gangor in Udaipur. As you can see, this product cannot be made artificially. This is original product. This is people are actually celebrating a festival. These people have come to worship, and when this kind of picture opportunity of this kind of visual tourists see, be it domestic tourists, be it international tourists, they get mesmerized, and this is what brings tourists back to Rajasthan. Very popular desert festival or Maru Mela. This is one of the picture from, they have a competition called Marushri, and year after year people prepare through the year to be part of this competition and win the trophy. Pushkar Fair is another great attraction for the tourist. Very famous Kalbelia dance. This has been recognized by UNESCO also. Folk performances at sand dunes of Jaisalmer. Wildlife is another facet of tourism which attract tourists, which have repeat tourists coming to Rajasthan. This is a new area at Jawai Bandh where leopard families or leopard is becoming a great attraction, and it's an upcoming tourist destination. Jhalana Safari Park, Jhalana Leopard Safari Park at Jaipur has also become a great attraction. This picture says it all, so I don't have to speak about the picture. We'll just have a quick look at the palace on wheel. These are some interiors. Pre-COVID times, we used to have a time when booking for this train, people had to wait for 2 years to pre-book. So this fact tells the story. We spoke about heritage properties. With that, this natural setting of palaces, forts, and diversity in the product makes it a heaven for all film shooters across the world, not just Bollywood, across the world. Very few people would know that Dark Knight Rises was shot in Jodhpur, or The Jungle Book, and the very recent Best Exotic Marigold Hotel was also shot in Rajasthan. I just made a small list of this. Rajasthan is also a very popular wedding destination. Perhaps if I start listing what all weddings took place here, our presentation will not stop. It will carry on. This is why I'm not talking about. This is backside of Umaid Bhavan Palace. Having all these products, in recent years, department has been working hard on social media, which is much required these days to put in spread a word across the globe and also within country to attract tourists. So as you can see, we have very good following on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. This is all I had to share with you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. With this, I would like to also share that this is just a small glimpse of what Rajasthan is. As you have to visit, you have to experience Rajasthan to actually understand what Rajasthan is. Welcome to Rajasthan, Padharo Mare Desh. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that nice pictorial journey to Rajasthan, showing the various facets of tourism available in the state. And it is a unique blend of the modern and the contemporary lifestyle in Rajasthan. And be it a wedding destination, be it a shooting destination, culinary tourism, all the aspects that Madam has listed, you have to visit Rajasthan to feel it. So the taste of the cake is in eating it. Huh? So with these words, before the battery discharges with our virtual speakers, I would first like to invite Ms. Rukmini Riyad Sihag. She is Executive Director of Rajasthan State Industrial Development and Investment Corporation Limited for her address. Over to you, ma'am. I think there is some issue. Uh, the mic is mute, so should we first invite Dheeraj ji? Dheeraj ji, you are able to hear us? Hello? Yeah, Mr. Dheeraj Srivastava, are you able to hear us? Please unmute yourself. We are not able to hear you, sir. Is our voice clear to you?
अभी तक तो जारी थी शायद आवाज
धीरज सर, आप बोलें कुछ अभी?
हाँ अतुल जी मेरे को
हाँ, अब आ रही है
आपकी
सर।
आवाज तो आ रही है
आ रही है, आपकी भी आ रही है सर। आप
I'm
इसे
audible?
आप इसे
Okay.
स्टार्ट करते हैं। प्लीज स्टार्ट योर एड्रेस।
Okay, so let me welcome Rajiv Arora sir, our esteemed guest for the afternoon today, and Naveen Sharma ji, Dilip Shenoy ji, who has spared time today to join us, Rukmini Sehag ji, Atul Sharma sahab, Punita ji, all the members of our team. I am extremely delighted and honored to be part of this roundtable conference today. First of all, let me compliment Punita ji for putting up an excellent presentation and showcasing the potential and uh, what all Rajasthan has to offer in the field of tourism. I must say that the tourism policy which has been recently announced by the government of Rajasthan has tremendous potential of converting the state into a year-long tourist destination. अभी पुनीता जी ने बोला कि because of the scorching heat, we have limited time in the year. It is my appeal to the department and also as part of the government itself, it should be our endeavor to ensure that Rajasthan becomes a year-long tourist destination 24 by 7 because whenever a tourist comes, he has so many things to do during the day. Even if he is spending time to explore the heritage and art and culture, then also evenings he can utilize in a perfect weather and settings. So this is one thing. The other point, जो Rajasthan calling or Rajasthan route tourism, these two components of our tourism policy has a lot of variety and scope for our non-resident Rajasthani members community. They must go through these provisions and see that if any property belongs to them has some heritage value that can be easily coordinated with the government for a conversion into a guest house, its upkeep, maintenance, and everything will be taken care of, and you can rest assured of the best returns. So, in short, the diaspora of Rajasthan, diaspora of any state has its own importance. But I must mince no words in thanking the Rajasthani diaspora spread across the world and in the country, especially in Dubai. We have got tremendous support from our diaspora and who have worked with us. हमारे के साथ कंधा से कंधा मिलाकर यहाँ सब चीज़ें ऑर्गेनाइज करी और जिसका परिणाम है कि आज के जो इस डेस्टिनेशन वीक में एक्सपो वीक में Rajasthan has been able to garner more than approximately 50,000 CR of investment proposals. This speaks volumes of the potential which this state has. Apart from the mystic beauty and tourist potential, we have a lot of things to offer. I compliment the entire team and hope that our effort will prove to be successful if we are able to achieve these targets. Thank you and good luck to everyone.
Thank you. We were listening to Mr. Dheeraj Srivastava, who is Commissioner of Rajasthan Foundation and doing a commendable work in integrating the Rajasthani diaspora to the roots in terms of social, cultural, and also from an investment perspective. Now we have with us Ms. Rukmini Riyar Sehag, Executive Director of Rajasthan State Industrial Development and Investment Corporation Limited. Over to you, ma'am. It's not audible, ma'am. You're on mute or what? Ma'am, you have to unmute from your end. Now,
Unmute करना
Hello.
now you are audible. Now you are audible.
Okay. Very good afternoon, everyone. Respected Rajiv Arora sir, respected sir, Punita Madam, Joint Director, Tourism Department of Rajasthan, Dilip Shenoy, Secretary General, Mr. Mr. Atul and his entire team for organizing this roundtable on tourism. I congratulate you for organizing the important event on behalf of the state government of Rajasthan at the India Dubai Expo. I would like to start by saying that Rajasthan is the most popular tourist destination in India for domestic visitors as well as foreign tourists. We have 52 million domestic tourists traveling to Rajasthan every year and 1.6 international tourists traveling to Rajasthan every year. Every third traveler who comes to India from foreign goes to Rajasthan as part of the Golden Quadrilateral. Rajasthan, we know, has potential which is far beyond what it is already there. That these numbers not just double, but become 10 times more. If from your country and through this medium across the world understands what we have as a state to offer. Sunita ma'am has very rightly described our state views of opportunities for avid travelers to see the palaces, forts, enjoy the fairs and the festivals in all glory and color, visit the religious sites and see the secular India that I proudly about. Enjoy the wildlife in the natural habitat other important districts of our state. UNESCO has recognized more than 9 sites in Rajasthan where tourists can come and enjoy global tourist destinations with wonderful hospitality that is believed. Hence, we are here today to use this opportunity provided to us through Dubai Expo to share with you all the possibilities that are there to invest in Rajasthan for tourism. Tourism as an industry is very important to the state government of Rajasthan, and hence we are here to showcase Rajasthan to you and the potential that the state has in terms of investors like you to come and invest in the hospitality business in our state. We have special tourism policy. We are coming up with a new rural tourism policy to invite you all and to make sure that once you decide to invest in our state, you grow and thrive with us. I thank you all once again for giving us this opportunity to showcase our state to you in its vivid color and heritage, glory and culture. We have made some presentations and movies which will run in the India Pavilion throughout the day today for you all to see Rajasthan. And if there is any interest in terms of investment that you like to do in this sector, our team is going to be available at the India Pavilion the whole day today. We invite your interest that we can work on it, and also I take this opportunity to invite you for the Invest Rajasthan Summit that will be happening in January on 24th and 25th in Jaipur. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. And we can all compliment the entire team and Rukmini ji for the tremendous response that they have got to the investment pitch in Dubai. As the figures were shared by Dheeraj ji, it has been a successful journey and it will continue in times to come. And we have with us Mr. Rajiv Arora, who is a businessman, social activist, political person also, and he is a former chairman of Rajasthan Tourism Development Corporation also. So a very varied and experience. And I would request Rajiv ji for your remarks. Over to you. Rajiv ji, are you able to hear us? We are not able to hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
So I
Yeah.
am stopping my video for some time, so there will be a better communication.
No, it's fine,
So
sir.
my audio
It's
will
fine
be on.
now. It's fine now. Please. Yes, sir. You can start.
Ms. Rukmini Rihar ji, Shri Dheeraj Srivastav ji, Punita ji, all the officials of FICCI, and all the distinguished guests in this global meeting. I would like to welcome you all to Rajasthan and to become the part of Rajasthan tourism, to become the part of the future. We have seen unprecedented times because of pandemic. The travel and tourism business, especially, it was on the knees worldwide. Uh, it was in world uh, very bad time tourism has seen, and it was same with the India. Country borders were sealed, cities were at standstill, flights were grounded, cruise ships were in harbors, trains were stationaries, and hotels were shut. Restaurant business was completely finished, and no one knows when this viral will go. But now we can see that because of vaccine and because of much more awareness, things are becoming much more normal. But at that time, fear was the key. Fear of the unknown, fear of the infection, fear of touching someone, fear of being touched, fear of being infected. Nobody wanted to go to a tourist destination. But now things are changing, and Rajasthan is ready to welcome you all. Rajasthan Tourism has also started some new initiative in our policy. There are few areas which are highlighted. These are the areas about heritage, about our iconic monuments, which you just saw in the presentation by Punita. Also, desert tourism, there is a great scope for adventure tourism. For that, we have done some MOUs also signed up in this art meeting in Dubai. Also, wildlife and ecotourism, tribal tourism, cultural tourism, crafts and cuisine tourism, film tourism, and very important, wedding tourism. So these uh, are the sectors where someone can invest money. They can also promote Rajasthan out of Rajasthan in the Gulf area. Also, we have to be a little bit careful when we are promoting or when we want to invest in Rajasthan, because there will be new norms after the pandemic. Uh, as we know, uh, everyone wants now some special field. They want more safety when they travel. It should be not only in perception, but also in reality. Any tourism sector, new initiative comes, they will have to be very careful and also should present that safety is their first priority. Also, the health, because now, as we know, government expects mandatory checkups on every step. Hygiene, people who will be traveling, they would not like to have any compromise on the hygiene, and good value for money. Also, the good brands. If you make a good brand, they will stand in quality. So I'm sure that future is ours. Rajasthan is growing. Rajasthan is very important destination for tourism. It is one of the most important destinations in the country, and I welcome you all to visit Rajasthan, to come and attend Invest Rajasthan on 24th and 25th January. And prior to that, if you have any proposal related to tourism and travel, kindly give it to our team. You can discuss with us. You can come to Jaipur, discuss with the officials. We would like to give you all support, all patronage, and make it a reality. And I would like to thank FICCI and CII to become a partner in this Invest Rajasthan and Dubai Expo. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. And now we come to the most important ambassador of our tourism trade business outside India, and that is our diaspora. We are lucky to have our president, of Rajasthan Business and Professionals Group, Mr. Naveen Sharma, with us, and he has been a great support during this entire duration of participation of the state in Dubai. So, over to you, sir, please.
Thank you, Atulji. It is my honor to address this forum. I would like to congratulate Shri Dheeraj Srivastava, and I know that how busy he is from the day he has come. I also would like to welcome Madam Rukmani ji, and it is her efforts and the team efforts that Rajasthan got so many MOUs. Then we have other delegates, especially Punita Singh ji. Punita Singh ji has explained the presentation. It's very hard to add what she has shared today, and it's mind-boggling. Although being a Rajasthani myself, born and brought up in Rajasthan, most of the things I am aware about it, but whatever we can think is already added. So it is added in such a extent. Whenever you go in the night in Jaipur, you can see from the city that the forts are now open. There is something is there. Even the markets are having a different kind of light. There is a lot is there. I would like to say from an NRI perspective, I am here for the last 25 years. I would like to give few things as a NRI, or more importantly, how the foreigners are thinking about it. And it may add value. Please take what you feel is right. These are just a suggestion, not the exhaustive list. Personal experience, meeting with people. One thing I say that nowadays everybody has short of time. So we should have more small airports. People should go like Air Arabia, Fly Dubai. So many airlines are now going directly from Dubai to small city in Russia, Central Asia, and we all are aware that during the weekend we plan our time, we go directly and come back. We can have Rajasthan. Rajasthan has so many places beyond Jaipur. So we should have direct flight international to most of the places we are thinking about it. Udaipur is one. I'm not sure whether international airport is open or not, but it will add really value. Jaisalmer is another. People don't have time because they have 2-3 days holidays. I've seen in Europe, going from Europe, London to New York, London to other part of the Europe and come back. So this will really helpful. This is, I think. Second, I think what is the latest trend we are not paying much attention is the wedding destination. Madam has shared it in detail, but I say it's not about Priyanka Chopra getting married in Rajasthan or the Katrina Kaif is getting married now. We should work as an industry forum and popularize as much as possible, because it starts with the celebrity, then it goes to the people who are following it up, and then going to the third level. So that is the way it is going. But for that, we need to work with other department. And I would like to say, Priyanka Chopra, Katrina Kaif, everybody is aware about it. But can I take some gold out there, or I will have a difficulty? Because we have the traditional Rajasthanis, people want to wear diamonds, golds and other thing. So I suggest that the RTDC and the government of Rajasthan should work with other departments and come out some scheme which maybe have a deposits or XYZ, so that people can take their valuables and come back, because everybody wants to look good and etc. Third thing, I think we should also work out on a special package as a visa. We have the visa department is quite different. It is coming under central government. Some nationalities are having preference, some are not having preference. So we should have such kind of visa which can be given at a very short period of time. I know that it's all about working together as a team. I have seen the team in Rajasthan delegation work very hard. Rajiv Arora ji, who was ex-chairman of Rajasthan Foundation as well as the RTDC, he is the ambassador of the business. He has the knowledge and what is required, what we can take it forward. But as there are a number of agencies which work, it will really be helpful. Another thing, which is coming, that which can have a lot of value, is a handloom items. The handloom items, if we can have small websites, I'm sure that on an individual level, a lot of people are doing it. But Rajasthan has so many artists. Artists means the joinery, the people have the marble it has. We can have a different kind of tour. Whenever we all are going to Europe, Australia and other, we can see a chocolate tour. It's nothing but going to see the chocolate factories. We can have XYZ tour. I don't know much about it, but I can say that we can have a different kind of tours, different kind of small tour. Like one of my friend who has Ayurveda factory in Jaipur, I said you can have Ayurveda tour. People love to come for Ayurveda. People love to come yoga. They want to come for meditation. When we think about India nowadays in the West, we think about the India as a civilization, mind, body. So there is a lot of wellness tourism can come back, and I'm sure that you are working. And I have limited knowledge, but I can tell you, we from the RBPG side, RBPG for the knowledge of the guests who are here, RBPG is the Association of Indian Origin People, in Rajasthani origin people. They are coming from any part of the world. If you are living in Africa, if you are living in Kenya, we represent you if you are living as long as in Dubai. This is the license registered. We can have a MOU with RTDC, with the Rajasthan government, where whatever your scheme, we can share in our website and we can popularize more about it. If they have a complaint, we can open a dialogue with it. And the last thing which I don't want to share, but there's so many living in 25 years, we have seen whenever someone is going to India, we cannot control it. So many different kind of people which are unwanted are following to foreigners. I think the tourism police I have seen in Bangkok, they are doing an extremely good job. There is a police, because Jaipur has, or Rajasthan has 1/3 of the Indian tourists which are coming. And more airports are coming, more and more people are aware, more and more people want to connect. We can have a tourism police on the airport, we can have on a different places, or we can advertise how we can do. But I can tell you the Rajasthan, what is achieved is very minimum, and the potential is 100 times more. Because no one has such well-maintained ports, fairs, colorful, and artists. And it's a living civilization. The most of the thing, whenever you go to any part of the world, we say, okay, these are the people used to live. But as madam said, 7 दिन नौ त्योहार, हमारे फेस्टिवल्स, हमारे जो लोकगीत, इन सब में इतनी ताकत है. जैसे जो बजाने के जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होते हैं, या जैसलमेर का जो संगीत होता है, आप एक बार सुनते हो, 2 बार सुनते हो, 4 बार सुनते हो, बहुत अलग हो जाते हैं. So I also want to share the last concept. One is, when we think about forts, we think about the fairs, think about the religion, civilization, all things is there. But what we have to see is future. Now in the future, everywhere people want the best of the best internet, best of the best infrastructure. They want to tourism. When I was small, my father used to take me to Agra, Delhi, just to show the forts. But when I take my children to forts, they are not interested. Holiday, now the tourism is become holiday. They want to relax. So all kind of modernity which is required in any part of the world, we should not ignore. I remember Shri Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister, said once he has inaugurated 3 golf courses in Ahmedabad. He said, I am going for the tourism, I am going for the investment. They are coming, they are signing the MOU. But one thing is, when they are here for 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, they want to play their own sport. They want to play golf. They want to do what they are doing in Japan. And he has come up with the idea of setting up the golf courses, which was not there at that time in Ahmedabad. And we can see that real investment has come. I am sure that you have more research, you have more outreach, you know what is more happening. With my limited knowledge, I have shared what I thought. And so but very happy, and I would like to go, which I have not visited myself. And I wish you all the very best. I know how busy you all are. You are more busy than I probably in Rajasthan. And in spite of that, I can see the eagerness and the willingness to do something good for our state. Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. In fact, rightly said that the changing pattern of consumption of tourism should drive our policies and programs towards tourism. A lot of initiatives has been taken. You mentioned about tourism police. Punita ji, we would like to say something on that because we have a force already, and recently you have made it cognizable also. If you to ji. So no, it's a valid point, but it's taken care of already. So with this we come to the close of the program. Thank you very much for joining, and if you have any queries we can discuss it offline. Thank you very much.